under $4 a gallon again. Still going to take $50 to fuel up this car. Could have bought this car in 1950 for $50. Well, hello everybody. We got up early this morning before the sun because we've got a long day ahead of us. We're going to go over 300 miles. We are headed to one of the more famous ghost towns in our area. We are headed to Bodie, California. Now, one of the interesting things about Bodie is that for the first couple years of the town's life, they didn't know what state it was in because it sits right on the California-Nevada border. Once the formal survey was done, it was determined that it was just barely on the California side of the line. At the moment, we are at Topaz Lake, which is a lake that also straddles the California-Nevada border. The state line goes right through the center of this lake. Bodie is one of the more well-preserved ghost towns in our area because it's been a state park since 1962, which has prevented vandalism and pilfering of all the artifacts. It's a great place for antique cars and antique mining equipment. So come along for the ride as we check out Bodie, California. Just crossed into California. Like I said earlier, this lake straddles the California-Nevada border. So either fishing license is good, either California or Nevada, you can fish this whole lake. If you don't know exactly where the line is. Topaz Lake is a natural lake that was enhanced. They built the dam to make it bigger and deeper, but there was originally a natural lake here. They're diverting water out of the Walker River to make it a much bigger lake than it was naturally. Beautiful Antelope Valley, just over the California state line.
Very nice. gas up in Carson City for $3.95.
think it's desolate out here now. Just think how desolate it was in 1859. Mr. Bodie found the gold out here. There ain't nothing out here for miles and miles and miles. This is 2026. Well, on this adventure, we're going to do something that we don't ordinarily do. We're going to take our car on a dusty, dirty gravel road. We're just going to go slow and steady and hope that nobody goes flying past us in the opposite direction to keep the dirt to a minimum. Well, we have made it to Bodie. It was a dusty, dirty 3 miles of gravel road to get here. But let's go ahead and check out all the old buildings and all the old mining equipment. Got a head frame here for something. A kind of a cool old mining cart here. Used to be 2,000 buildings in Bodie, but they had 2 major fires that took out a big portion of the town. There's the main stamp mill for the mine. Well, it's old. I don't have any clue as to what it is. It's a pile of scrap metal at this point, but it's 6 cylinders, straight 6. Might be an old Chevy. Not enough left to tell. Don't see any brand name on the engine block anywhere. If you know what this is, let me know in the comments. A little dusty inside. Could use a little cleaning. Okay, here's our first Model A car body here at Bodie. This is a 28 or a 29 Model A Sport Coupe. Would have usable parts if they let you use it, but being in a state park, it's destined to sit here and rust away to nothing. Doors are still good on it. Got a headlight bar on the ground there that's usable. Dash rail's good. Just desert art at this point, desert art. Another ore cart here. That would weigh quite a bit if it was full of ore. Another bigger one there. Interesting how that one's got a triangle-shaped piece in the middle to keep everything off to the sides when you're emptying it. Okay, here's our second Model A body, or what's left of it. It's a 3031. I'm going to guess that this was originally a 4-door or a 2-door sedan because the floor plates look like They belong to a sedan, not a coupe. Got the old fender well for the spare tire. Good cowl section. Could use the cowl section. There's the bottom half of the radiator shell. Dual side mounts. I'm going to guess it's a 30. Got an aftermarket gas tank on the back end of it. Something from the 40s, that's all I can tell you. You know what I'm looking at, leave me a comment. I'd love to know what I'm looking at here. I got the grill in it. Actually in pretty decent shape too. Got the cowl section to something here. There's a top half of a radiator shell that says Ford on it, so I don't know, could this be Model T? Dashboard doesn't look like a Model T. I don't know what kind of a dash this is. Model Ts didn't have speedometers as far as I know. I don't know what it belongs to, but it's just the cowl. The whole radiator, it says, I believe it says duplex on the top of it. Can hardly make out the beginning of it. Looks like duplex to me. Pretty good size radiator. It appears to be Model T-like fenders. Again, I have no idea what they go to. Not enough of the car here to determine it. Well, here's a hood to an old GMC, General Motors truck. Don't see the rest of it, but got a good hood. A 1927 Dodge Stateside truck. And we have two visible gas pumps, just begging to be restored. When was the last time you saw two of those sitting out in the desert? It's a local garage. Got a few things you could decorate your garage with here. Got old gas cans, old oil containers. Got a Model A radiator, got a Maxwell radiator. Good looking stuff in there. Well, I'm going to guess by the fire nozzle there that this is an old firehouse or fire engine. Town burned down twice in its history, so needed a good fire station. This is what's left of it. An old water hydrant right outside the firehouse. And there's dozens of these old ore cars around town. They're on every block just about. Well, another one lost to time. Looked like it might have been a Phaeton or touring car. Don't have any idea what it is. Don't see any manufacturer label on it. Nothing but desert scrap iron at this point. Couple of massive winches. Oh, here's the old stamp mill where they crush up the ore and process it, get the bullion out of the ore. They do give tours of the stamp building from time to time. We just missed the last one for today, unfortunately. Well, instead of finding cars in better condition, I keep finding cars in worse condition. Another piece of desert lawn art here. Again, don't know make or model, but there's not much left of it to worry about. Got some fenders here. Pretty flat, pretty crushed. Well, this one's in a little better shape than the last one. At least it's still upright. Some kind of a touring car. If you know what kind of car it is, leave me a comment. Well, whatever car this is, it had a pretty substantial engine in it. That's a pretty good sized block. Some kind of a heavy duty truck. Like it had some kind of an ore car attached to it. Kind of an interesting push rod setup. Overhead valves. Barely enough of this one left to film. Well, I'm pretty sure that's the old schoolhouse. Looks like one anyway. Well, bunch of small desks. Look at the old globe. It's an old wood piece of round wood. It was an old globe. Well, I'm not sure what year it is. Something in the 40s. But it does say Ford on the dash, so it's got to be a Ford. There's Ford right there in the center of the dash. Stake side truck. Well, here's one of the oldest forms of transportation here at Bodie, and it's still in pretty good shape. Some kind of an old steam-powered drive engine. That's a pretty massive steam boiler. Make some power with this thing. Well, we hope you enjoyed our Model A adventure to Bodie, California. We had a great day seeing all the old relics and the buildings. It's a great trip if you ever get in the neighborhood. Thanks for coming along for the ride. We'll see you on the next video. Remember, it's not about the destination, it's all about the journey. And you see more of that journey at 45 miles an hour. So take your Model A out for a nice Sunday drive and see some of God's creation all around you.